What's going on, guys? I'm Stimaze. And recently, the Pokemon Sun and Moon anime just hit 110 episodes. And within the latest 21 episodes, there have been even more Easter eggs referencing the Pokemon games, other TV series, and much more. Which is why I'm here delivering you part 7 of my series simply called Easter Eggs and Secrets in the Pokemon Sun and Moon anime. If you haven't seen the first 6 parts though, then I suggest you check them out after this video. They are also filled with amazing discoveries. With that intro now said though, let's jump right into this list. Before we check out the new Easter eggs, I have to correct 3 Easter eggs I made in the previous video, part 6. Firstly, for episode 79, I stated that this face Ash pulled off could be a reference to the Mickey Mouse art style, though it is actually referencing the amazing art style of Otsumotsu-san, which we've seen before in this anime. Secondly, for episode 80, I stated that the Mallow Kick move Mallow uses could be referencing Fairy Tail where Lucy occasionally uses a move called Lucy Kick, though this could be referencing typical superhero / wrestling moves instead, as there are many sources of media that have characters say similar stuff to that, such as Hulk Smash. And finally, for episode 84, I stated that I couldn't possibly think what the painting of Primarina could be referencing, as every painting Mina made was referencing some kind of media. But you guys informed me that the painting is actually referencing the Little Mermaid statue in real life. Thank you everybody for these corrections. But with that said, we can now take a look at these new Easter eggs. Going back to episode 49, when Lily and Ash are exploring Lusamin's office, you can spot a wedding photo of Lusamin and an unknown man on her desk, which this man is indeed Morn. This referencing way before he got mentioned in the anime, with episode 105, that Lusamin was married much like in the Pokemon games. Going back to episode 61, the director of Alola Detective Lucky bears a resemblance to the anime director Kaneki Uwama. Going back to episode 87, the painting that Poipo makes on the sand at the beach was altered between the first preview for the episode, aired after episode 86, and the actual episode. As you can see, shadows are removed, making it seem more like a freshly made painting. So, because of this difference, it's now become an Easter egg in the original preview. The Japanese title for episode 90, Connect to the Future, The Legend of the Radiant One, is a reference to the third Japanese Sun and Moon opening, Future Connection. In episode 90, the entirety of Alola share their light for Necrozma, which many people believe this could be a reference to Goku absorbing the energy of any living thing to create the Spirit Bomb in Dragon Ball. This is not confirmed by any of the writers, however I'm including it on this list, so people don't shout at me in the comment section for not doing so. Also in episode 90, you can spot 3 female trainers with a Sableye, Pikachu, and Eevee respectively, in the background of some shots, which these trainers are actually based on the singers in the band that performs the opening Future Connection, Real. Not only does the previous Easter egg reference the band Real, but the Pikachu wears one of the hairstyles that were later introduced in the Pokemon games, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. Also in episode 90, we can spot this mother and daughter in the background of some shots, which are actually the same mother and daughter that have made cameo appearances in almost every Pokemon movie since movie 8, Lucario and the Mystery of Mew. They also actually appeared in episode 50 of the XY series during the Mega Evolution Pokédex short, so this would make their appearance in this episode their second in the main series anime. Again in episode 90, when Necrozma transforms into Ultra Necrozma, we receive the scene in which Ash and Gladion stare upwards towards it, possibly making a reference to the Ultra Necrozma poster Pokemon released for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Finally in episode 90, Ash and his classmates in the Japanese version reference the lyrics of Alola, the first Japanese Sun and Moon opening, towards the end of the episode by screaming Alola in the Pokemon school classroom. For episode 91, the Japanese title inclusion of the word shown on screen, which translates to Infestation Chew, may be a reference to the title of the event in Japan where people in Pikachu costumes walked through the streets. Pikachu Infestation Chew, which was a translation of the word shown on screen. Also for episode 91, several of the Pikachu in this episode were hairstyles similar to the ones that can be given to partner Pokemon Pikachu and Eevee in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. Jessie's fake persona within episode 93, Mushibara, is a reference to her Japanese voice actress Megumi Hayayushibara. It may also be a reference to Hayayushibara's role as the Batgirl, whose real name is Barbara Gordon, in the Japanese dub of Batman, the animated series. Also in episode 93, Jessie is dressed as Dagusha Tsukage from Glass Mask towards the start of the episode. I'm so sorry if I butchered that name. Again in episode 93, Lily's outfit is a reference to the main character of the anime titled Princess Knight. The play in the episode may even be inspired by the anime a little bit. Again in episode 93, Jessie's outfit choices when she introduces her fake persona are references to some of her Japanese voice actresses' roles throughout her career. Firstly, we have Himiko Shinobi from Martian Hero Watsara, the female version of Ranma Satame from Ranma Half, Atsuko Nuku Nuku Natsame from All Purpose Cultural Gatgo Nuku Nuku, Rei Aname from Neon Genesis Evangelion, Hello Kitty from Hello Kitty and Friends, Lion from Saber Marionette, J. Faye Valentine from Cowboy Bebop, A. Harbara from Detective Conan, Miki Momo from Magical Princess Miki Momo, Dr. Atsuko Paprika Chiba from Paprika, and finally, Lena Inverse from Slayers. Once again, I'm so sorry if I butchered any of those Japanese names. Again in episode 93, the scene in which Lily and Mallow embrace during the play is a reference to the series Revolutionary Girl Utena. Again in episode 93, the clash between Team Rocket's mecha and Sophocles' Charger Bug in a mechanized suit, with their trainers controlling the mechas, is a reference to Tetsuyu Jin 28 Go. Finally for episode 93, during the Poke Problem extra scene, Rotom shows a scene that is a reference to a poster for the first Star Wars film, A New Hope. Ash being portrayed as Luke Skywalker, Rotom as Darth Vader, and Ash's Pokemon as C-3PO and R2-D2. In episode 94, during Miss Magius' dream, Mallow and Sophocles find a house made out of sweets, which is a reference to the gingerbread house from Hansel and Gretel. Also in episode 93, during Miss Magius' dream, Lana and Ace Roller attend a tea party, which is a reference to the film Alice in Wonderland, where Alice attends a tea party. In episode 96, Jessie uses an R-box shaped pen, which is possibly a reference to the R-box she once owned before. In episode 98, the clapperboard that Mallow holds up has the number 98 written on it, which could be a reference to this episode being the 98th episode of the Sun and Moon series. If you remember from one of my previous videos as well, Mallow even did this for episode 29. Also in episode 98, the final scenes featuring Alola and Detective Lackey are filmed outside Alola at a location that closely resembles London in England, featuring Westminster Bridge, the House of Parliament, and Big Ben. At the beginning of episode 100, Ash wears a t-shirt bearing a picture of the Surfing Pikachu. Also in episode 100, during Dia's flashbacks, a trainer greatly resembling Ash, with many elements also taken from Red, is showcased towards the audience. This trainer could actually be Dia when he was young as well, though that was never confirmed. That's just speculation based on evidence throughout the episode, and even the next. For episode 101, the photos that Ash finds at the post-apocalyptic Ultra Ruins Pokemon School were edited in between the first preview of this episode, and after episode 100, and the actual episode, having been changed to look more tarnished and old. Focusing on that photo again, the photo is meant to resemble the alternate universe versions of Ash and his Alolan friends. Starting from the left, the girl with the cancelled Vulpix is meant to resemble Lily and her Alolan Vulpix. The girl standing next to the Lily lookalike with a Steel is meant to resemble Lana and her Seal Pokemon Poplio. The guy next to the Lana lookalike is meant to resemble Ash and Red, as we already explored. The guy in the middle is meant to resemble Professor Kukui, also being the teacher of these students. The small guy with an excellent taste in Pokemon, Emolga, is meant to resemble Sophocles and his Togedemaru. Togedemaru and Emolga both being electric rodents. And finally, the two characters behind the Sophocles lookalike are meant to resemble Mallow and Kiawe. The Japanese title for episode 102, Alola at Alola, Brock and Misty, is almost an exact copy of the Japanese title for episode 42, Alola at Kanto, Brock and Misty, which also involved Ash and his classmates interacting with Misty and Brock. Finally for this list, also in episode 102, the Robo Meowth Mecha from episode 42 returns with a red coloured appearance. This is a possible reference to the antagonist of the original Mobile Suit Gundam, Char Aznavour, known for his custom red coloured mobile suits. And that concludes the list. I hope you all enjoyed. I definitely found all these Easter eggs very interesting. Did you though? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. And yes, I am fully aware of the Easter eggs after episode 103. I'm just saving them for the next video. Once again though, if you haven't checked out the first 6 parts to this series though, then be sure to check them out. Links will be in the description, iCard, and end card. If you did enjoy this video though, then please be sure to consider leaving a like, a share, and if you're new here, and subscribe along with it to that bell icon to stay in loop with all things Pokemon anime related. If you want to support this channel in any further way, I also have a Patreon. Link in the description below. Thank you for watching everybody. This is Entity Maze, signing out.